Ladies and gents, we are now at match point of the After Hours Gaming League Season 2 Championship bracket in the round of 8, IBM versus Facebook. And in its current status, we see that IBM has taken the series up 3-2, meaning that if they win this game, Kuma, it's all up to you to win it, to help IBM advance to the semifinals against whatever beast lies there for you. In the top right, the savior of Facebook, Bingo Bango, one of their ace Zerg players, must come through and successfully win this game to give Facebook a chance. If Bingo Bango wins, it will go on to a deciding game number 7. If Facebook loses, they are eliminated from the tournament in Who Cares place. Kuma planting down an initial pylon, getting ready to do that classic early expand wall-off, scouting the probe mid-map on ESV Cloud Kingdom. There we do see the single Overlord stretching leftward bound to get very clearly to this little spot behind the expansion. This helps give us some good vision of things coming out, helps us know when we need to start panic moding. Now it looks like we see a Happy Time probe moving on into the main base. Going to just do the run around a room, make sure that there is no 6 pool, that there's no fast, shenanigans happening right now. Just making sure that all's well that ends well. Kuma will then take that opportunity to chrono boost probes and delay building that forge a little bit. He might even go up to 15. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. 15 on the forge. Nice, big money, big booty. Looks like that pylon will be planted down, and in the midst of this, perhaps, I guess I would say a rather quiet, calm moment, I would like to once again state that the After Hours Gaming League is a tournament where 30 top companies from around the world in various industries and sectors join together to play in a for-fun, for-charity league to demonstrate to all y'all that you don't have to be amazing or pro or a nerd to love Starcraft. All you have to do is be a person. And since there are many persons employed at the companies that we see before them, all that it took was organization to bring them here today. So big thanks to the wonderful Day 9 TV team, which is not just me, which has a whole bunch of awesome people like Eric and Tom who help make things possible. And of course, to Red Bull Gaming for supporting this league. And it looks like Kuma is now throwing down his Nexus. But the problem is, his pylon is not a patch 1.1 pylon. It cannot power a gateway all the way up here. A photon cannon has been planted with enough distance to defend against some sort of roach play. Bingo Bango is taking his third in stride. Will Kuma go for the cannoning? Regardless, Kuma's going to have to plant down that gateway relatively soon. Shaboom! There it goes down. Just enough space for a Zealot to live, or more importantly, for a pylon to re-wall off in case the Zergling flood is too big. But Kuma doing a very good job checking things out. Making sure that absolutely everything is free from massing swells of Zerglings. This is a reassuring moment as a Protoss player in the early game. He knows that there's no threat from Zerg coming out early on, so he can easily just poke around here. The other thing he would love to get is a count on the gas geysers. Will he see it? Will he see it? Will he see it? No! He dies, having never known whether gas was coming down. But he did get to see that there was no ripple on the spawning pool, signifying that there is no speed coming up. I don't know why this pool is so dark, but that is a very dark and depressed emo pool. Kuma's gateway has now finished up. Looks like he has some probes, a little bit misrally, but either way, he does... Wow, he finishes the wall off. He actually does want to commit to something like an air play. Continuing to chrono boost probes at both expansions. We see that the Zerg buddy, Bingo Bango, has already started to slam out a whole bunch of them dronies. Around 6 minutes is when you normally take the double gas for the Derg, so that way he can end up building roaches should some sort of fast warp gate spring into action. But I gotta admit, I'm a little worried for Kuma if he does opt to go for fast warp gate, as due to the fact that his gateway went down so late. Ordinarily, the gateway down at 3:30 is a pretty typical time for that sort of thing to be planted. So the fact that it is delayed from there is, of course, fantastic. But it looks like there's the chrono boost on the cyber core. Oh, is he going to go for the +1? Is he going to go for it? Oh, he has enough for it now. Looks like the Zealot is starting to move out. No, he's going for the safer choice, the Sentry. It looks like Kuma is all about the late game. He is going for a little bit of macro all-out, balls-out mode. Meanwhile, the Facebook Zerg Bingo Bango, the last bastion of hope for Team Facebook, has continued to build many, many drones, getting those double gas geysers up, getting a little bit behind on the injecting front, but does have those 3 bases established. There is that one Zealot continuing to meander mid-map. We see a Queen also popping out for Bingo Bango, getting a little supply block, but has 4 Overlords on the way to massively free up his time and energy. We see a double gateway going down for Kuma, as that will give him the opportunity to obviously build them units. But in my eyes, the question for Kuma is, what is going to be his late game transition? We hear the noise of a battle that has finished. It's gone. There's no more Zealot on the mini-map. Until then, I will, with a great creak of my chair, lean more far forward as to catch the action in full HD. We see Bingo Bango continuing to build only drones. Look at this. Getting the layer before the evolution chamber, before the Roach Warren. Seemingly content, having spotted all the way down here, sees that this cybernetics core is still a twistin', but unfortunately for the Zerg player, it looks like that Protoss buddy is going for the big gateway play, and right now Bingo Bango does not quite have an answer. Looks like we see one spine crawler being planted by Bingo Bango. The IBM Protoss, oh, with the sneaky pylon, It's not really a forward pylon, it's just a very, very, very far away pylon. And it looks like this one pylon, oh no, will it power the ever-critical forge? Will Kuma kill off his own chance at upgrades? We will find out soon enough here in the After Hours Gaming League quarterfinals, 49-20. Amazing! What an incredibly responsible pylon, keeping all those buildings aptly powered. The third base will be now cleared out as Kuma, Kuma needs to have those on attack. They were on move for a moment. That could reveal all his wicked, dastardly plans. More Zealots morphing in, a trio of Stalkers as well, the pair of sentries, all the force field that he can handle. Now coming up in the meantime, plus speed, plus 1 attack upgrade. Oh no! Another pylon going down, double pylon production. Kuma is trying to ensure that he is not supply blocked, and it's time for the death-defying 38 probe push. That's the exact number of probes he needs for that. Now starting to move up to the ramp. Is there going to be enough? We see the double spine crawler, one even over at the third. And Kuma might have to kill off these destructible rocks if he wants to continue advancing. But it looks like another swell of those basic gateway units. Will he be using largely force fields? Will he save it for the Guardian Shield? Great force field, snagging up a huge swell of roaches. The money count incredibly high for the Facebook Zerg. He's going to have to start pumping out some Zerglings if he wants to stay alive. Oh no, the third base! He's morphing in now. 32 Zerglings, exactly what he needs to do. The roach speed is finishing up, but the roach count is fairly low. The drones from the backside. Wow, Kuma with a great snipe there on the Queen. Zergling speed is so far from done. It looks like, though, Bingo Bango will be able to stay alive for now. We see the 2 spine crawlers starting to make their way up to the battle reinforcement. Looks like Bingo Bango has a lot of Zerglings now stepping into the action, has a ton of money in the bank, and we see that the Roachling reinforcement from Bingo Bango from Facebook will barely be enough. Wow, that is a lot of Zerglings, and it sucks to be that one Stalker. See ya later. He gets absolutely eliminated. Now it looks like Bingo Bango forcing Kuma into a full-out, all-out retreat out. And how will Kuma reinforce? He needs to get some sort of follow-through plan enacted. He needs to get geysers, a base, a robo, anything. Oh no, Kuma, the trio stalker gets caught off guard. But there he whips back around and manages to successfully snipe some of those units. One of the stalkers does manage to stay alive, and it looks like Bingo Bango has followed his opponent all the way back home, only to run into the superior reinforcement tactic of the IBM toss. It's a very back-and-forth game with no one coming out clearly ahead yet. We see it looks like Kuma willing to just step back into the fray. Whoa! Looks like he wants to do a little action. A Nidus network from Bingo Bango heating things up in the style of Morrow. A Nexus also going down from Kuma. Wants to defend that with some of that basic gateway pressure. Also the +1 upgrade coming up. Nothing but Ling, Roach, and Drone coming up for Bingo Bango. We also see that he's getting the +2. The Nidus network is done. Where will he morph in? Will he have time to morph in, or will Kuma simply attack and keep him distracted? There's the burrow going down. Oh, Bingo Bango doing everything right, but that's a pretty substantial force outside Bingo Bango's front. More stalkers morphing in. The double pylon, the Nexus is finishing up. Oh, the army out of position at the worst possible time. It looks like some incredible force field of Zealots will continue to be able to rip apart all of those roaches. Bingo Bango's army, though, looking very sturdy with those +1 upgrades. The reinforcement from Kuma might not be enough. Bingo Bango forces it back, deflecting it with ease. More stalkers coming to reinforce, but this is still an excellent opportunity for Bingo Bango to do the damn Nidus network. It looks like we may see Nidus coming up any second now. The After Hours Gaming League, the ground point for innovation. Cannons popping up for Kuma. If we go to the vision of Bingo Bango, it looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with that spotting. He's now getting Overlord speed to try to get some sort of control. Perhaps he will morph into an Overseer. Perhaps he'll just pull back. A lot of vulnerable spots. If Zerg knew that that third were up, he would step into aggression, and now he's sneaking his way around to the front. He holds the Watchtower, and it looks like he will also pull back to his own Watchtower and realize it's now safe to move out. Bingo Bango, oh, spots it. See you later. Will that Nidus network? Oh, Bingo Bango takes it down. Bingo Bango, will you do the Nidus network, Bingo Bango? Kuma with the immortal Sentry Stalker Force. The linchpin of the Protoss mid-game. The Twilight Council done. Blink can ensue. +2 can ensue. And Zerg's macro looking a little bit miss right now at over 2K. Doesn't have geysers at his third yet in that production count. We see that he has only 54 drones. The Zerglings do successfully spot that pylon on the right. Oh, Bingo Bango might be ready to Bingo Tango as we see a pair of Stalkers do morph in. The speed Overseer will hide. Just wants to get a good idea of what's up. Will it? Oh. Run! Oh, got out of there. I got out of there. I did it. Guys, he doesn't know if he's behind or not, but he's going to Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine coming up right now for Kuma, Bingo Bango, the Zerg from Team Facebook. Trying to gather up enough will and enough good positioning to throw down the Nidus network in the bottom left where the main is most vulnerable. Most of the forces from Kuma would have to do the long route back on into the main base. Dark Shrine going down regardless. We also see more and more and more pylons coming down. Don't worry, this is totally normal. He's just trying to unsupply block himself. Bingo Bango taking his 4th base as we see the giant stream of roaches. Oh, he might not have to Nidus network at all. He might just have to walk. Oh no! Oh, Bingo Bango moving into the main. Oh, the Forge is vulnerable. Will he sneak his way in? Will he ninja his way into the front? He sees all the units. He needs to burrow. He needs to burrow. Oh, taking the roaches from the back, going into the main. The Immortals taking hella hecka super damage. And meanwhile, the roaches step on in, throw down a Nidus network so you have some way to retreat. If he threw down the network of Nidusing, he could easily hop in there, do a retreat, but he is not doing that. He is just overrunning the front. This Nidus network may sit lonely with 7 roaches stocked into its belly. And it looks like the target at the main nexus, it's down to 200, it's down to 31, and it's down to dead health. Dead health. You have sustained so much damage. In the meantime, it looks like Kuma has his 3rd up, chrono boosting out an observer, and is comfortably sitting behind with a Dark Shrine. We see more roaches trying to gear up to get into position. 4th base up for Bingo Bango. 5th base coming up for Bingo Bango. It looks like Bingo Bango hitting the 3rd. Brilliant display of tactical prowess from the Facebook Zerg. Hitting over there, hitting over here. Oh! You very, very don't have detection. I'm going to double punish it by having 7 Dark Templar. That is my strat. Bingo Bango taking some damage, but the best counter to not that many units is a lot of units. And once again, he target fires the Nexus. Will it cancel ensue? Will it cancel ensue? We will only find out by staring, and it looks like... Oh, the money cancel from Kuma as he crushes down that force. Bingo Bango might turn around. Doesn't. He just sits there and wails. And meanwhile, we see, God, so many DTs, so many Dark Tempura. Are there any Dark Templar on the map? No, just one observer on the right side. As we go to the Protoss vision, we see that he has no vision anywhere except his own main, but he does have that 71 worker count in that upgrade. We see that he is at 1-1. The Protoss at 2-1. Great upgrade lead right now for the Protoss pieces. And Bingo Bango does have that top left base running quite nicely. But once this huge army starts to flow up to the top, it's anyone's guess as to who's going to come out on top. In the meantime, we see only 8 larvae. He needs to do more injecting, is to have a sufficient amount of larvae to reinforce. Uh-oh, it's all roaches against a roach slaughtering force. The Overseer with his speed upgrade eagerly stepping into a location where he's completely vulnerable. The detection is down. The DT is ripping apart the 4th base. Bingo Bango trying to bring in another Overseer. Will it be good enough? The blink, and oh, he manages to be a whiffatronic. Completely misses the Overseer, but fortunately he doesn't need to. He just sits there and takes it and kills and kills. And in the production tab, we see 21, 22 roaches coming out. And on the field, we see less than the number of roaches he has in production. And there, it looks like the 4th base falls. The Overseer, can he speed away? He can't. He explodes into gack, and his chunks litter the ground like, like candied detritus. Kuma now trying to step onto a queen, a very bold queen with max energy, never got to know the meaning of transfuse. The 5th base is going to fall, and Bingo Bango is falling apart. The 4th base does begin to rise from Kuma. The main base has only begun rebuilding. Bingo Bango starting to corner. It looks like Kuma will be able to retreat. 5th hatchery coming up. Many roaches continue to outflow. And oh no, Bingo Bango with that layer tech may continue to overrun. He has so freaking much money. He is absolutely dripping in money. The Lonely Nidus network with 7 roaches deep within its belly will never give birth to a Nidus worm over here in the main. We can only hope and pray. And in the meantime, Kuma, the master of only stalkers, has an army of only stalkers. We see it looks like more of these roaches are retreating. Oh my god! In the words of Jeff Johns of The Blackest Night, Nidus Worm, rise! And there it looks like the roaches streaming forth from the stream towards the photon cannon, right into a bunch of blink stalkers. Guys, turn around! Guys, turn around, go home! Oh no, the party, the cops have already showed up. Why are you showing up as a 16-year-old with beer? The cops are here. Get in there. Get in there. Get in the Nidus Worm. We're safe. In the meantime, it looks like there was a Dark Templar over here. Just amazingly there, ready. And it looks like, oh no, the DTs from Kuma doing an incredible amount of damage up here to the once-upon-a-time 5th base. Did I say Darkest Night or did I say Blackest Night? I hope I said Blackest Night. Whoo! Looks like once again we see Bingo Bango now taking that extra hatchery. We see Kuma moving up to the top left side, continuing to apply a little bit of pressure. The 4th, so very, 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 very up. And oh my god, what's this? Somewhere we do see, oh, the double Stargate coming down for Kuma. He has the double Stargate moving in. We see so many stalkers easily able to eliminate. And again, only roaches coming out. 56 roaches and a DT. Kuma caught off guard. He has no sentries. He has no immortals. Kuma, 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 Kuma. Oh my god, I wish he was EG's Kuma right now because he would always find a way to micro his way out of this one, but no. That many roaches and that poorly out of position, Kuma may have blown his lead. He needed only 1 DT there, except he brought 1 DT and 38 stalkers. And now we see the deadly, deadly, deadly roach force of the deadly, deadly Facebook Zerg Bingo Bango outflowing, outpouring as he continues to layer tech it up. God, he's lonely. In the meantime, we see the push at the 4th now incoming. We see an immortal there. Roaches streaming down. Roaches hanging out. Another DT doing some great damage. The 4th base under some serious pressure fire. Bingo Bango reinforcing roaches from all sides. This base taking a lot of damage. Will Bingo Bango have the reinforcements to reinforce enough? Roaches sort of all over the place. Sitting, he's healing. Healing. Oh! bleeding! They're bleeding a lot! There's a lot of blood! Can he get it up in time? Oh! Bingo Bango from Team Facebook manages to be the anti-bleed, managing to successfully defend the hatchery. Meanwhile, in the main base, double Void Ray, because hell, why not? Fleet Beacon also going down to get a mother effing mothership. Or the Phoenix Range upgrade. One of the two. And it looks like Bingo Bango. Bingo Bango massing up them roaches. Kuma with lots of Blink Stalkers. A pair of skill rays. And here comes the Force. Uncanny, a transition. Roaches, Hydras, and now Infestors will soon be joining the Force of Bingo Bango, who is just going to try to overrun the front. 3 Dark Templar are also there as well. And it looks like, oh no, Bingo Bango getting overrun. It looks like he is forced to retreat. An Immortal joins the fray. That Hydra Den is going to be instrumental. Once he has enough Hydralisks, he'll be able to shoot everything down with maximum DPS. Kuma making 2 eyes, a nose, and a very slanted happy clown smiley face out of the bottom right expansion. This base is so vulnerable. The gas geysers go down. How will he spend that money? 20 freaking Hydras coming out. A mothership being chrono boosted so much. But it's still going to be quite some time. 160 seconds. She is doing her impersonation of a poorly designed warp gate upgrade time length. Zergling spots the bottom right 5th, but what can Zerg do about it? Hydralisks are about as mobile as tanks when they're sieged, or buildings. Will they be able to move across the map? They're going to need some help. That is a hell of a lot of Hydras. The upgrade's looking very good for Zerg. He has a killer 2-2 Roach Hydra army. We see pretty much a Stalker Immortal Void Ray force moving forward. Most of the food for the Protoss player actually locked up in probes. No mothership yet. This could be a brutal misstep for the Protoss, moving out without the assistance of the mothership, which is now halfway done. More Hydras popping out in the unit counting station. A whopping 37 Hydralisks. Holy Hydralisks, Batman. Ordinarily, people love to tease the Hydralisks. They poke and prod. They throw rocks at lunch. They say, you can't sit at this table. Girls refuse their answers to come to prom. But in this game, there is no Colossus. There is no High Templar Storm. The Hydralisks will reign supreme in this engagement. Hydralisks ooping and gooping around the map. Kuma, in a horrendous position, will be forced to retreat. An incredible push by Bingo Bango. Will the mothership be out in time? There she comes. There she blows. How will Bingo Bango be able to take this force on? He has to kill the mothership. He's pulling back. He's in a retreat. More DTs morph into the action. Where are the Overseers? Quickly fly, you fools, fly. The slow Hydralisks. Oh no. In a full out-and-out retreat. The Roaches, because they're fast, got ahead of the Hydralisks, and now with the detection, they turn around ready to fight. But the mothership pops up just in time. It looks like the Zerg army is going to melt. Oh my goodness. Kuma from Team IBM crushing everything. And Bingo Bango with the money in the banco is not going to be able to withstand the might of the army of Kuma. We can see the army supply greatly favoring the Protoss player in the... Oh crap, I restarted the replay. In this tab, we see his army is so huge. In the units killed tab, not many workers exchanged, but oh my god, is the army rivetingly gigantic. As it continues to step forward, we see Bingo Bango rapidly losing a lot of stuff. And there, it looks like we see the Hydralisks speeding their way across on creep. In the top left, Bingo Bango doing the most desperate defense of the top left that he can. It's going to be a Hydra Overseer final battle. The mothership, will she manage to stay in this fight? Oh! Sucked you into another dimension! Bingo Bango mannered to the max. IBM might BM, Bingo Bango never will, and good game! IBM advances to the semi-finals of the After Hours Gaming League. As the Stalker toilet emerges, it seems the clutch play. Bingo Bango IBM is victorious today in the After Hours Gaming League. Kuma gives their team the 4-2 win. Congratulations. And ladies and gents, I have been solo casting and screaming for oh so long. Please go to the After Hours Gaming League website, AHGL.tv, to check out all your AHGL news, replays, VODs, and of course follow those extra Gosu teams. For now, time for pizza.